this is not, I'm not arguing in faith, I'm not saying that you impose uniform civil code. No. Uniform civil code is a provision, it is constitutional obligation of the government. Now it is for the government to decide, because the very fact that this provision was made part of the directive principles of state policy meant that the situation is not, what are the steps which need to be taken? Have we been able to educate our people? Have we been able to, because education is the only way where the stranglehold of the clergy can be loosened. We have not been able to do so many things which are required and which we should do. But at the same time, we cannot forget that this is a constitutional provision, constitutional obligation of the government. I can comment on uniform civil code only when government comes forward with a draft. Unless the draft is there, this thing cannot be initiated by any other organization. Even Law Commission cannot initiate it. Law Commission can initiate discussion on it. If I remember correctly, and this data was given by Professor Dr. Tahir Mahmood. He says that more than 300 reports of the Law Commission, they are lying in the archives. Only 7 or 8 reports of the Law Commission have been placed by the government on the table of the Lok Sabha. So even Law Commission cannot take the initiative. The initiative will have to be taken. I think one reason why I refrain from speaking on Uniform Civil Code is that Uniform Civil Code is entirely different issue, and this triple divorce, which to my mind is anti-constitution so far as it denies the right of equality. It is anti-Quran because Quran describes the elaborate procedure which it lays down as limits set by Allah. It is anti-human because every Muslim girl, to me the instances of divorce are not important. If somebody wants to break the marriage, he will have to. What we are saying, we are only saying take 3 months. We are not saying that if you cannot live together, you continue to live together. That is not important. What to me is important is that a young Muslim girl grows up with the consciousness that after marriage, her husband, if he wishes so, can turn her out of the marital home on any day of his choice. That to me is anti-human. That to me is oppressive. That to me is really an enormity. And I do not want to mix. I spoke why? Because you have also unfortunately put that Uniform Civil Code in there. I am in no position to comment on Uniform Civil Code because I feel that Muslims are living in so many countries where there is no Muslim personal law. The only care which government can take while making these laws, they raise this question that our identity will go away. Hindu code is applicable to Hindus, Sikhs, Jains, Buddhists. Their identity, they all have become one identity. No, and even Hindus are not one identity. Right from Konkan to Malabar, the kind of marriages which take place, it is the mama who has the first right to marry his niece. Once I said in Kanpur that if I tell you in what relationship marriages happen, then you will say कि ये तो नरक में जाने का सीधा रास्ता है. Even Hindus have not all adopted the same. So why all the time we are so fearful? I see no reason. The government can take care that they should not prescribe anything which is prohibited by any religion or religious scripture. But something which is not part of the basic things, as the doctrine of the Supreme Court says the same thing, the essentials of the religion. As far as these things are concerned, the world is moving ahead.